Alright boys, welcome back to a new video series on my channel. It's my journey from Copper to Champion in Rainbow Six Siege. This video is going to be about me getting from Copper to Bronze, but as you can see, right now I'm Emerald. That's because these games were actually played just not too long ago on my Twitch channel, Vibin in 2022. Played live, come check it out. What I'll be doing this video is I will be breaking down my best game and worst game from each rank on what I did wrong, right, and what I could have done better the entire time, which will hopefully help you play better in your games. That's going to be the general structure of these videos as we go, but without any further ado, let's hop right in. Alright boys, we're gonna start off with my worst game here. It ended up being on Theme Park, and I didn't know this map very well, so that's my first tip for you guys. Always learn every map, especially the ones you hate, because otherwise you're going to get shit on, dude, and that's what happened. What are we planning to do? Okay, we gotta start.
Planning to win the game, bro.
So first thing I'm doing here, we had pretty standard bans in the game, but I asked the teammates where we're going to push and what we're going to do, and I don't get a very good response, so I wouldn't recommend doing this in game, because normally it'll just annoy them. So my first mistake here is picking Hibana, right? Obviously you do want a hard breacher on most maps, but the thing about this is these teammates, I assume, and you should assume too, they are not going to play off you or play off your wall, so if you're picking a hard breacher because no one else is doing it and you don't have a plan to push solo, it's not going to work out very well for you, I hate to say it. You're much better off picking out an operator that you can play solo and then adapt throughout the round to the playstyle of the enemies instead of picking an operator that requires a specific goal. Always save your drone from the prep phase. You'll know where the bomb site is one way or another in the round, so just always save your drone so you can drone yourself in like this. Okay, if you saw there, our Jackal just got spawn peeked by a Warden, and that's really bad for us, but the thing is, you gotta keep going in the round, so like I said, don't get tilted and keep going. Okay, so I've droned out the entire room, so I'm ready to throw a flashbang to get the wall open. I throw the flashbang, I miss. Clear mistake. I see a guy shoot at me from the bathroom, but here's my mistake. I waste more time and I drone again. I should have just ran in right after this flashbang right here, but look, I'm wasting more time. Half the round's already gone. I end up sitting outside this wall too much with this drone. I should have, as soon as I saw it clear and saw this rook on the left, immediately pushed in and killed him instead of staying on the drone and pinging him for sledge. I already wasted 2 minutes of the round sitting on this balcony like a bum, and now I'm just trying to get something, and I'm going to end up having to rotate getting through this door because smoke's blocking it off, so never make the mistake of wasting all that time. Now I'm in a situation where I have the diffuser and I have to rush the objective. This is not a good situation. Never get into this. Don't waste time, boys. I see Ayana up in this hallway, so I come to help her and open up the wall. This would have been a great play way earlier in the round, but as you can see, I'm checking angles. Okay, I get a pick really good, but guess what? I was too late into the round, had to rush, and I got killed by a Kapkan trap. This leaves my teammate in a 1v2 where I had diffuser and I lost the round for my team. This round was my fault. I wasted too much time, boys. Okay, you see me playing Thatcher this round, which seems like a good play for the team, but the problem is if Thermite dies, I'm completely useless. This was a very bad move, and I should have just picked Buck instead. He's very versatile. Good to hop in, boys. Good to hop in. Okay, I'm gonna come in there. Okay, I drone Thermite in really quickly, and then I hop in. This is much better now. We're taking map control, and this is a very good idea. I see the nitro holes above the wall, so I know it's dangerous, so I plan on just sticking back for a second till we can get somebody above. As you can see exactly what I said would happen in the prep phase, Thermite gets nitro celled and he dies. Now my main job is literally gone and I can't do a whole lot. This is why you should play solo operators like Buck and other operators like Solus on defense, because you can completely do everything on your own. And sadly, as you can see, we don't push fast enough and we're already low on time. The diffuser is down in the hallway and we're at man disadvantage, which means we need to go for kills and get frags. I end up arguing with teammate, which is really stupid. We're on the same team, never do this with your teammates. Because of my stupid argument with teammate, I almost lose this gunfight to Kapkan, but I do bring back man advantage, and now we're on, even ground. I lose this gunfight because I was playing too close to the wall and I was not aiming head level. This once leaves again my teammates in a 2v3 situation, and I give them the disadvantage just because I couldn't place my crosshair correctly. I do ask teammate here to set up a flank camp so I can watch it, which is actually the right move here, so this was the one smart thing I did this round. Sadly, not even a flank cam could save us this round. I leave the teammates in a 2v3 situation, they have no time left, and we lose the round because I couldn't perform. Another one of the only good things I do this game is tell the teammates nice try and you did a good job, because this keeps the morale up and helps the teammates win. And once again, I'm dragging down my team by picking an operator that requires them to perform with me. I need people to watch my Argus cams in order for them to work. Do not pick operators like Zero that rely on other teammates. I will give myself credit for one thing this round. I had an immediate plan to push Cafe, and I tried to go through with it by droning in teammate right here. Now we are once again in man disadvantage. If you remember, what that means, we have to play aggressively. Breaking this barricade was a very smart idea. It puts more pressure on the enemies, but once again I keep getting on cameras and wasting more time. Once again another teammate gets picked off and I'm still not playing aggressively enough. We need to get map control at this point. I make the same exact mistake of keep getting on cameras and not pushing in. My drone destroyed, I finally get the intel that Vigil is right there, but it's too late and I only get the refrag from my teammate and we're ending a 1v3 situation because I wasn't able to get aggressive fast enough. Now I push up into Cafe, which is a smart move, but once again I have bad crosshair placement and lose the gunfight to Warden. Now I end up picking Rook on defense, which is not a smart idea because playing high armor operators on defense while you're playing in solo queue doesn't allow you to rotate very easily. You make a lot more noise and it is generally not a smart idea. I end up doing a pretty standard site setup, nothing too complex here. The only thing is I need to put pressure on the enemy, so I make sure we have head holes and all these different things as we go. Getting all the right walls reinforced is very crucial to your defense. I end up playing these head holes that I made because I want to put pressure on them because of their aggressive play styles. I end up looking behind me and see that the Aruni gate is hacked, which means they have a Brava pushing from behind. So I end up going back to the head holes and I see someone droning out top of Dragon, so now I know I need to watch this angle. I end up telling teammates someone's pushing that hole when someone ends up peeking my door and I get the kill. Very nice, very clean. I end up seeing Nomad's gunshots to my right, so I try to peek and get aggressive, but I don't get the kill right away. So I do the smart thing and I reposition myself to an off angle. Do not repeat the same angle twice. I end up seeing there's a breach hole to my right, which means that I need to rotate out of here, but I end up taking this gunfight and losing because I didn't have my crosshair up. This leaves my teammate in a man disadvantage situation, which means they need to get aggressive, but I don't think they know that at this point. But Wamai is actually doing a smart play and trying to flank, but I should be watching cams, not spectating him. Wamai is insane and he gets 2 frags here, which means that we should play passively and not re-peek, but clearly this guy doesn't know that, which it's my fault for dying, because otherwise I would have been able to influence the round more. But his aggression does pay off and he gets another kill, but the problem is now his teammate is getting refragged. With Thermite sitting pretty in the other objective because I'm dead and can't put pressure on him, he gets the diffuser down, leaving him in a 2v1 situation where instead we have to push him. With teammate dying, Wamai ends up getting the frag, but sadly there's gridlocks in his way and we can't physically win the round. It sucks and it was my fault. I died way too early most of these rounds, didn't get aggressive enough, and that's why we lost the game. Most of your mistakes, including mine in the game, could fall into one of 3 categories, and we'll break them down according to that game. We have the mechanics category, the mindset, and the intel category. Mechanics-wise from the game, we learned we need to have better crosshair placement, always aim head level. We also learned that we need to take map control and put pressure on the enemies, or else they'll just walk straight up on us and we won't be able to do anything. We need to play faster operators on defense in order to rotate. We need to get aggressive and man disadvantage to bring the man advantage back. And we need to keep our gun up, so we're always prepared for gunfights. Mindset-wise is a bit simpler, just a couple of basic tips like always be confident and do not waste time in the round. It's always the all-good mentality, next round is going to be different, and don't get tilted by the enemies. And last off, intel-wise, we should learn every single map in the game. We should only give useful callouts to teammates, do not say useless things or rage. Have a plan to execute alone every single round. Save your drone every prep phase. Be efficient with your droning, don't just drone him for 2 minutes. And get on cams for your teammates once you die. So second matchup, we end up getting back. I'm pretty familiar with this map and I like it, so this match is already feeling like it's going to go pretty well. We actually start off with a pretty smart play right here. I use my drone to see that nobody's up top, so I check basement and it turns out they actually are basement. So I'm going to switch on to Hibana to help get hatches, because Ace is not good at getting hatches. Because it takes 2 Ace breaches to only get 1 hatch, while Hibana can get a total of 4 hatches all on her own. We once again save our drone from the prep phase for extra intel, and you should always have a plan immediately after prep phase to get started on it. Like for instance, right now I'm going to open area and I'm going to go get the hatches inside. This was a great example of efficient drawing. This is what you want to do. Drone in and immediately hop in as soon as you know you have control. I'm immediately going to check hatch and get it done. Okay, nobody's gotten hatch, so I'm just opening it right up, boys. This will help put pressure on the enemies and just help us out in general. Because teammate died on blue stairs, I immediately tried to get the hatch open to force the guy out of blue stairs. With these hatches open, even if I don't play on them, it causes ghost pressure and makes the defenders have to double check and think about everything they do. I try to put pressure from hatches, but it doesn't work, so I just decided to drone out blue instead after wasting a little bit of time. I see a guy on blue, so I'm going to try to contest it. This will give us more map control and overall help us win the round, which you should always do. I ended up wasting too much time watching that angle, so I didn't capitalize off the intel, and that's why you get siege time where you get shot in the back of the head, but luckily she's still standing at the top of the stairs, and now I'm going to try to contest her. Like I was saying, you gotta capitalize off of that info. I didn't have my gun up and I immediately get pre-fired in the face. You got her. She's in staircase. Even though I died, the correct thing I did here was telling teammate exactly where he was. I immediately get on cameras and start communicating with the teammates, telling them what's going on. Always get on cams for your teammates, because if you're dead, this is the only use you have. Both teammates end up pushing her at once, which is great, because a 2v1 is always better than a 1v1. Always push with their team if you can. Enemies end up making a mistake and going to the same site twice in a row. Never do this if you guys are in a deficit and you've lost the last round. It's a very bad idea. Okay, I'm going to show you guys a prime example of when you should just rotate. One of these situations where my ass is literally wasting a solid fucking minute and a half of the round just to drone this guy out is just not worth it. Just rotate somewhere else. This is way too strong of a position. You don't need to deal with this shit. And I just keep pinging and pinging and pinging, but my bad crosshair placement gets me shot in the face immediately. It was worthless. Oh my god! I end up getting on cams to try to help team, but it doesn't do a whole lot because I died so early in the round and can't help put any pressure. So we end up losing this round because I died so early, not getting enough pressure on the enemies. Plan on pushing lobby, saving my drone from the prep phase. I pick line to force anyone out that I need, and I'm throwing my drone in just to grab some intel, and I end up seeing a guy up on rafters, and then I immediately go up, get the confidence, and get the kill. That's why you should always be confident, boys. I immediately start putting pressure from other angles by opening up the main window and just playing off of it. Always remember to use your utility, boys. I see the teammates pushing in lobby, so I line scan so they don't get pushed. This helps them get the frags and make it a 5v2. My drone immediately gets shot, so I know where the guy is. Another utility usage prime example right there. Use my line scan so we can't move, pre-fire him in the head. We won the round because of my utility usage and team coordination with each other. I pick Mute because of his great loadout with the shotgun to make rotate holes, the wall denial, and the fact that I can make easy rotates so his 3 armor does not affect me. Once again, a pretty standard site setup here. I plan on playing in the elevator E3, so I'm going to be playing the top of the stairs where I'm man disadvantage, so I start trying to get aggressive on E3. This play ends up paying off. I get this kill onto this ace who got over aggressive, which brought us back on even ground. I'm now in the perfect position. I can watch defuse from the elevator and nobody expects me to be here. I end up getting the info that somebody's close outside, so pulling my shotgun, but end up switching to the SMG-11 because I hear her crouching. Once again, the confident, unexpected play pays off. I do make the right play here, but it ends up being a Blackbeard. Not much I could do. Left him one tap. Alibi ends up getting one, but dying to the other guy, which was my fault for dying so early. I should have expected it to be a Blackbeard and hit that extra shot. My slight hesitation lost us the round. Okay, so this round we decided to go basement because we don't want to go to the same site 2 times in a row. So what we're doing this time is we're just going to set up, make some rotates, make some head holes so we can aggress, place down some mirror shields, and just overall make it so that we can react off the enemies and take gunfights, because that's how you're going to win these rounds. Now I see that 90% of the enemies are over here, so I'm going to rotate over here once people start dying on my team, because otherwise they would have it handled, but now since Maestro is going down, I'm rotating. That's one of the #1 things you need to do. Always adapt to where the attackers are and what they're doing. Remember to always play safe and more passive during man advantage, because you have the advantage already. You don't need to get any kills like this. The only type of gunfights you should be taking are pre-fire gunfights. You shouldn't be swinging anything. Kapkan ends up hearing that he's down and throws the nitro and secures the kill. Now it's a 3v1, we just need to play back. I make a major misplay right here. I could have been killed. I had to dodge those bullets like the Matrix. Always be aware of what lines of sights can see you. I end up getting a call at East Garage, so I end up holding a cross angle with Kapkan right here, and then Ash ends up walking right through right about now. I see her, I miss my shots because I don't do the shooting range, and then I secure the kill because of positioning. I end up picking Bandit to bring ourselves wall denial and help us on this top floor site, especially while I'm holding elevator to block those 2 walls next to me. I start getting the call that somebody is in square, so since we already have man advantage, I figure I might as well rotate and just hold where these guys are pushing away from. Which leads into another tip, always be able to spot the hole in your own defense. I get a call that they're top square, so I decide to flank because they're distracted by teammates and end up securing the last 2 kills of the game and winning the game for my team. This is another reason to have confidence, boys. These boys could have very well just sat top square and picked us off one by one, but with a confident play, we won the game. Okay, boys, we're back at it with the post-game breakdown with these tips. Now let's get started right now. Mechanics wise, what we can learn from this game is you need to take map control. You need to always keep your gun up, push with your team if it is possible, remember to use your utility, make an easy path to get back to site like rotate holes, always hold off angles, play aggro and man disadvantage, play passive and man advantage, and flank when you can, because it will help out your team greatly. Intel-wise, what we can learn from this game is you should always have a plan and execute it instantaneously as soon as the round starts. Always give teammates comms when you die. Don't do the same site twice in a row, it's predictable. Find a weak point in the enemy's defense, know the angles you can die from, spot the weak point in your own defense. And last but not least, even though it has the fewest tips, is mindset. You need to be confident and you cannot hesitate, because as you could see when I was trying to kill that Blackbeard, I hesitated and I died. Well, I sure hope you boys enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe below and turn on notifications. It really helps out the channel, and you doing this will show me that you guys want more of this type of content, and I'll continue producing it weekly for you boys. Have a nice one.